Well, diolch yn fawr. Firstly, I won it in 2004 with my novel Stump. Such a long time ago now. I was so young and foolish. And the ceremony was a very different state of affairs. We were in a big conference hall in Cardiff. It was a big grand thing. Speaking into a laptop at the moment to accept the prize is a very different feeling. The feeling, of course, is great. You know, it's without wanting to sound too precious or fey about it. It seems like my characters are also being, well, it's an indication that my characters are, even though I invented them, you know, it seems it's an indication that they too are being listened to. Their hopes and their fears and their terrors and their apprehensions and their needs and their desperations are being acknowledged. But you know, having said all that, I'm not going to give the prize money to them. I'll spend that myself. Well, we've got to wait and see how people actually write about this. Of course, you know, we're still in it now. But for me, I never go to novels for solace. You know, well, certain ones I do. P.G. Wodehouse, let's say, or somebody like that, or some kind of, you know, crime thrillers or something. But novels to me are all about kind of upsetting yourself, really. You know, making you dig down. And see what's going on and get involved in what's going on outside four walls. Even more importantly now, because everything's shut down, it's their connections, more than newspapers are, or more than Twitter feeds or whatever, or the MSN homepage. They are portals into other lives. And to see, I mean, you know, I thought I might as well take this time to read something that I've been meaning to read for years, all 3 volumes of Proust. And now we're talking about a kind of effete, privileged young man in 1880s Paris. And yeah, I'm finding it so hypnotic and alluring that I actually I'm reading 30 pages a day, so, you know, I don't get overwhelmed by it. It's such a huge tome. So I found myself looking forward to spending this 30-page day, takes an hour to read or so, in the company of these people that in real life I really probably wouldn't like, you know. But it's this connection to what was going on then, and how the continuum of human existence, even in a small village in Wales, can be spoken to and conversed with by these characters from late 19th century France. You know, I've forgotten who it was who said it. A great book reads you, you know. And I think this lockdown time has been time for self-reflection, it seems to me. And for counting your blessings. Again, don't want to sound too precious about this, but just immersing yourself in the world, you know. I mean, I've got to go into town this afternoon to pick some things up, and I'll put the mask on and things, and, you know, I'll wash my hands thoroughly and all that kind of stuff. What I really want to do is just sit in the garden and watch a spider spin her web, you know. It's when you've got a lot of things taken away from you, you really appreciate what the things you have. It'll be fascinating to see what people actually write about this period, but that's sometime down the line yet. It's hugely important for a writer. Writing is a very, well, it seems lonely from the outside, but, you know, you're conversing with people in your head, you're talking to them, you really don't feel lonely. I feel lonely when I actually stop writing for the day, you know, and then I want my girlfriend to come home, or in other more happier, less plaguey times, I'd go for a walk or go to the pub or something. So that structure takes you out of these little confines of my writing room, and puts me firmly into the world of people, real living fleshy people. And that happens anyway, especially with work in translation. And, you know, you go and read to, I don't know, a small village in Serbia or somewhere, you know, some village hall, and there's 30 people there who've all read your book, and they're all talking about how it applies to their lives in Serbia or Montenegro or whatever it may be. I think just how I've been doing it, how I've been spending my weekends for the past 3 months or so, really. Just sitting at my table, surrounded by books, my partner and a cat, and drinking, really. I'll raise a glass to everybody. I'll I'll do some Skyping, and yeah, that's it. I'll just do what I've been doing. I've been doing for the past 3 months. I was intending to have a dry weekend next weekend. To be honest with you, it was actually on my calendar, dry weekend. But you know, things happen. Oh, that's great news. I'm really, really pleased about that. That's fantastic. Diolch pawb. That feels wonderful, actually. Yeah, that feels really wonderful. That's really good news. That's really, really good. If only my girlfriend was here to give her a big hug. She's out working in the local hospital. So and she's working damn hard, I'm sure you can imagine. So actually, I'll go and take her out for a big slap up meal. Oh, that's wonderful news. Thank you. Thank you very much. Diolch, everybody. Yeah, so despite COVID and everything else, and living in a collection of countries that's got the worst death rate on the planet, Liverpool winning the Premier League, me winning this, there's been some high points this year. Who's ever listening to this out there trying to write, please carry on writing. Please do. This country, this world, is really going to need these unacknowledged legislators, as Shelley called us. We're desperately going to need people to explain and assimilate and reflect. I wish there was more. I really, really do. And it was, yes, I must say, actually, I meant to. It was a pleasure to be in the same category as Alison Cunnan, two writers who I've always admired. I'm so pleased to see Mike win his category as well. He's a dear pal, and I think On the Red Hill is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful book. Zoe Schooling, I'm now going to read. So that's it, really. It's read, write, keep an eye on what is objectively true and what is objectively real, because there are people out there who are trying to undermine your sense of that all the time.